twin flags. And into the pits, careful not to break the speed limit, came Paul Chomsey in fourth on his Sally's Yamaha machine. As we leave the quads for a while and go to the motorcycles now, with one of the biggest teams in the field, the recently launched Leaf Russell Campbell off-road racing team.
We started the team 3 years ago, and it started on a fairly social basis. During the course of the last couple of years, we've had good results, and as a consequence of that, a lot of other sponsors have come along. We've got great support from Kawasaki, and we're taking life seriously now, and as a consequence, the results are showing through.
Our team is run on a different basis to the K team and the Tele Auto. We're a serious team. We put a lot of money into it, but at the same time, we do have a lot more fun than the other guys.
One of the stars of the team, 200cc class leader Wayne Farmer.
Basically, I'm leading the championship by 12 points over Jeffrey Voliter and 19 over Rion. Rion's out of the picture now because he had a crash overseas, so it's basically between Jeffrey and myself. We don't have to go out there and kill ourselves today. Basically, I don't really need to win. Just come in second or third place, keep the points gap, and we can take a championship. We still got the roof left, so it's a bit of a situation at the moment, but it's in my favour, so we'll take it as it comes.
Also part of the Leaf Russell Campbell team, Clayton Ainsland, who competes in the 250 category.
I've recently joined the team. Up to now, it's awesome. The friendship between everyone is so good. To be quite honest with you, it's probably the nicest thing to be in because everyone's such friends, and it's just before the race, it's just such good fun to speak to everyone, and out there everyone looks after each other. If someone crashes, you just know there's someone there always to look after you, and it's good to have some good support like that.
Well, fun and games it wasn't going to be, as Rob Campbell took the start first on his Yamaha, and he had a 30-second gap over Jade Goodsight on his Honda. The next three riders, Elmer Simons on his Honda, Errol Dalton on his 500cc Honda, and Darryl Curtis on his 250 KTM, were separated by only 3 seconds after the time trial. Next was Alfie Cox on his 380 KTM, second away in the open class, followed by Quinton Milton on his Honda, and leading the 200 field was Jeffrey Voliter on his KTM. Then a whole host of riders followed as they were set off on their first loop, and just like the car and quad categories, the total time on the day minus the starting time differences would determine the final result. Some 20 kilometers into the race, Jade Goodsight had already taken over the lead on his Autopage cellular Honda, leading both the overall and the 250 classification. Goodsight had passed Rob Campbell on his CJ Yamaha 250 machine, who had been able to hold off the chasing pack since he had been demoted to second position. Elmer Simons on his Autopage cellular Honda was still holding down third, having broken away from teammate Errol Dalton and Darryl Curtis, but he was being hauled in hand over fist by the incredible Alfie Cox on his Nitro Freight Castrol KTM, who had moved up to fourth already. Before the start, we caught up with current race leader Jade Goodsight.
It's going to be a long race, a lot of lurkers, a lot of rocks. I'm lying second in the championship, so you've got to take it easy and keep it together. See how it goes. There's a lot of dust, so take it easy in the rocks.
And what about poleman Rob Campbell and race favourite Alfie Cox?
Oh, it's such strong competition out there. It's the first time I've been in pole position, so I'm just going to take it easy. If the guys catch me, well, good luck to them.
Yeah, look, I need to get 2 points on Errol Dalton after this race, and then I've won the championship, and then I can go to the Roof Africa worrying about the race and not the championship. So today is very important.
The final refuel point before the pits, and things had changed considerably as Darryl Curtis on his AGA LG Castrol KTM 250 had also passed Rob Campbell, as did Clayton Ainsland on his Leaf Russell Campbell Racing Kawasaki 250, doing an incredible job to move up the order. Rob Campbell came in just as Ainsland left the refueling point, and the battle was on for the top 5 positions, with the top motorbike riders having already caught up with some of the tail-enders in the quad category. The route conditions were varied, with some very high-speed sections combined with tight and rough sections, which had already caused a number of tumbles. Into the pit area for the first time, and no surprises, as the man who had tamed the Paris-Dakar Rally 2 years in a row, Alfie Cox, came in the lead. Having started almost a minute behind the faster qualifiers, Cox had already passed all 5 of them, and there was still another 210 kilometers of racing to go. Jade Goodsight was down in second position, but doing a great job of keeping the rest behind him, with Darryl Curtis leading that pack, also seemingly running without too many problems. The pit area situated in the center of the Wetsdorp sports field was a beehive of activity as bikes, quads and some cars raced into and out of the pits, each competitor trying to lose as little time as possible. Wayne Farmer on his Leaf Russell Campbell Racing Kawasaki 200 had also moved up the field. Back to the cars we go, and out on the second loop now, it was still Greg Harvey and Boy Stone in their Castrol-backed Jimco who